You just got wrecked.
What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. So today is Sunday. Hope you're having an awesome day wherever you are. If we have a look at what's going on, it is another beautiful green day. I will take it. I will take it. Bitcoin up 3.2%. Wow. So guys, before we get on with the rest of the video, I just wanted to mention something super quick. You guys know I hate bringing this up, so I'm going to be very, very fast. So this may be the biggest sign to me yet that we've started the official bull trend, because in just the past couple days, I've had not one, not two, but 4 Crypto Zombie impersonators, okay? This is a big problem because I don't want you guys getting scammed. These guys, they're hopping down in the comments. I've tried reporting them, but they can create accounts as quick as I can report them, okay? So the reason is, I do give away Ledger Nano S's every Monday on the channel, and these guys go down there and they tell you maybe to send them money or something like that, or to email them. I'll never do that, guys. Everything I say will be in the official video itself, especially giveaways. If you need to get a hold of me, I have my official Telegram right here, absolutely free. Anyone can join. And also you could just send me an email. I know you guys are tired of hearing this, but I don't want to see new subscribers getting scammed on my channel, okay? So I just wanted to remind you guys again. Also, as far as ledgers go, Nimic actually sent me an email, and they're sending us 3 more Ledger Nano S's, so they're going to send us those on top of the other ones. So we're going to be giving away a lot. We're going to be giving away a whole lot. Also, thank you so much, everyone, that got a hold of Crypto Panic. If you guys don't know, they're a news aggregator. I actually look at Crypto Panic myself sometimes, and look, right here, you can see, there's my video, Crypto Zombie. So thank you so much, guys, for, getting me added to this. I appreciate it. You guys are really awesome. And also, one more thing before we move on. I do usually put this at the end of the video, but I realize that a lot of people don't watch the end of the videos. So I'm putting it in the beginning to let you guys know that if you're new to this space or whatever, you may be not new to the space, but I have had a lot of subscribers recently. If you guys are tired of watching these ads on YouTube videos, not just on my videos, but on anybody's videos in general, you can download the Brave browser for an ad-free experience. I have a referral link below if you guys want to use it. I am a verified creator. So obviously, if you guys download it, you get $5 worth of free basic attention token to use on the platform. Just wanted to throw that out there, guys. Now, getting back to this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful green day, having a look, let me give this a quick refresh live. We are at there we go. We're up another $1 billion, $180 billion market cap, Bitcoin up 2.72% according to CoinMarketCap. Now, we're still sitting around that 50.5% Bitcoin dominance. If we look at the biggest gainers on the front page, Ethereum Classic is up 20%. Wow. Loopring, Bitcoin Cash, Ravencoin, Wax, Factum, KuCoin, Crypto.com, and also Waves doing very well today. Again, we're having a very nice day. So having a look at the overall total crypto market cap, you could see volume is absolutely booming. Now, we have fallen a little bit recently. This could be due to the fact that it is the weekend, and I mean, pretty much every weekend, we always take a little bit of hit with volume. So that's kind of to be expected. Moving on over, having a look at Bitcoin, you can see right here, we have formed this sort of ascending triangle, right? This is what everybody's looking at. Generally, if you start forming a pattern like this after a major pump, it's generally a bullish sign, right? So looking down here, you can see the volume has dropped off. So this is something that we're kind of worrying about, right? Now, if we are to get to the edge of this, where will we move? To the upside or to the downside? Well, traditionally, we should move to the upside, right? But we always have to be on our defenses. I'm still calling this again as a bottom for now, short-term bottom, 4,779, only because you could see we tested it here, and it was also acting as previous resistance, right? So that's my situation moving forward. Now, obviously, if you want to break to the upside, big breakout coming, then we need to get above this $5,352 mark. But I do think that within the next day, 2 days at most, I think we're going to see a major move. We're going to definitely know, right? Now, zooming out, I wanted to point something, okay? I have, there's sort of this level, this key level that we need to look at. Now, everyone has their own idea of where we need to get for this thing to be an official bull run, okay? There's hundreds of different of opinions out there. This is what I'm looking at personally. This resistance or support, depending on, what side of the coin you're on, is this 5,000, it's like 5,750, 5,800. And the reason that I'm pointing this out is because, as you can see right back here in October of 2017, we struggled to try to break through, right? We tried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. We finally broke out, right? So here we are. But what happened? We instantly sold off. But look, We never went below that line. You could see we went into the parabolic trend. We came down, wicked. We still didn't go below it. All this, again, we touched it. Again, we touched it. And finally, after touching it the 5th time, we just gave out, okay? So that is the one thing you want to pay attention to. The more times you tend to test either a resistance or a support without breaking through it, it weakens it. Right? So we fell. But now we're looking at this as a key level. And I think if we can get back above this right here, I think that would signal bullish territory moving forward. Now, as my buddy, the Rhythm Trader, said, 3 7,000 Bitcoin buy orders were the catalyst for the recent pump. We talked about that, I think it was either 2 or 3 videos ago. That's 0.1% of the supply bought up instantly. In 416 days, the number of Bitcoin created every 24 hours cuts in half. The halvening, right? 328,500 less Bitcoin will be created per year. This pump was just the start. Be ready. Now, I'm going to actually talk about this a little bit later in the video. I want to talk about the halvening. I want to talk about what we can expect realistically, and are things going to follow similar trends as they had in the past? Definitely stick around for that. It's really interesting what we found out. Now, you do have Rand Neuner, from CNBC. He says, I can't respect any publication that is still calling Bitcoin a bubble. Even if it was a bubble last year, I've never seen a bubble pop twice. Actually, Maddie Greenspan said it was a bubble at $31 in 2011.
This one time, Bitcoin went from 6 cents all the way to 36 cents, and then it crashed down to 21 cents. And then another time, Bitcoin went from 85 cents all the way to $29, and then it crashed to $3. And then another time, Bitcoin went all the way to $213, and then it crashed all the way to $70. And then another time, Bitcoin went all the way to $1,100, and then it crashed all the way to $239. So the moral of the story is, don't buy Bitcoin, because you know it's going to crash again.
So clearly, if we're just going to go on this sort of mentality, just don't buy Bitcoin at all, because it's a bubble and it's just going to crash, right? Well, guys, we know that this is what Bitcoin does time and time again. In fact, Bitcoin has had several insane corrections over the course of its lifetime. You know, a lot of them over 80%. Fall, only to completely recover and break all-time highs again. In fact, if you guys have never seen Bitcoin obituaries, Bitcoin has died 350 times, with its most recent death being nobody learned their lesson after the crash. And this is from Gizmodo. We saw a lot of really negative media coming out recently, right? But I want to get back to Peter Brandt, because we were talking about this yesterday. This is still going massively insane, this tweet. This has got to be one of the most viral tweets I've seen in in a long time when it comes to crypto. And it was the one where he's talking about going on this parabolic, crazy, moonshot. And that was the sort of big concept of yesterday's video. Why is everybody paying so much attention to this, right? That's the big question. Well, I think it was because this guy accurately pretty much predicted the major sell-off that we had. Now, look, you can look at this right here. This was posted January 22nd of 2018. So this was shortly after the all-time high. And he says, general TA rule, violation of parabolic advance leads to 80% decline in value, which we saw it. Bitcoin, I think at one point had hit 84% decline last year. He says, if general rule is followed, Bitcoin should retrace to below $4,000. Note, this tweet does not make me a hater. Well, lo and behold, we fell below $4,000. I don't have to go, back here and point out what happened in November. My goodness, that was one heck of a sell-off, right? So here's the follow-up. So after Bitcoin's latest rally, he's actually recently come out and now he's calling for a run up to potentially $50,000 within the next 2 years. Obviously, here's the tweet that I just showed you. He said, I believe that charts reflect underlying supply and demand fundamentals, and that's how we have to look at it. What's happened from December of 2017 to 2018 is really an analog to what happened in the 2013 to 2015 bear market. Now, we know these things may not necessarily 100% repeat each other, but history often rhymes, does it not? So he says where we saw sequential 10 up and down moves in the bear market, and we've almost identically formed that same sort of pattern again, right? Also, just getting off topic, really going back to Fundstrat Global Advisors, they had issued a new note as well, and they were highlighting the underlying fundamental improvements. They say we see fewer reasons to question the recent recovery in Bitcoin prices, the best quarter since 2017. Fundstrat analysts wrote, while the key technical price hurdle is Bitcoin closing above its 200-day, which is currently sitting at 4,600. We're obviously very well above that right now. And falling by 15 per day, we see 2019 as a positive risk reward, right? So that is what we are looking at. But getting back to my original thing, I know sometimes we can get off topic here. This is the Bitcoin block reward halving countdown, or the halvening, as you might see it referred to as, right? So we're looking at 412 days, and it's estimated to be May 24th of 2020. Okay. Now, whenever Bitcoin halves, you have to understand from an economical perspective. Look, the coin reward is going to release from 12.5 to 6.25 coins. So, I mean, just pulling back, just looking at our old economic textbooks, right? If the demand even just stays the same, but the supply drops, well, then theoretically price should increase. Theoretically, right? It should. However, maybe it won't, maybe it will. So I want to hop over here and have a look at the halvening charts, okay? Now, I didn't personally make this chart. This was done by user Efficini. I want to give credit, but at the same time, this is basically the chart we need to be looking at. So as you can see right here, these green lines represent all the halvenings, the first halvening, the second halvening, and the third halvening. You can see right here, December 31st, 2012, September 12th of 2016, and then the one that's going to be happening roughly May 25th of 2020. Now, you can see right here, in all of these halvenings, the bottom of the market is basically put in, and we start the beginning of a significant uptrend each time, okay? But also, going back 1 year from the halvening, for example, if we go back to September of 2015, right here, you can see we put in a nice bottom, and it sort of signifies that we are now in a accumulation period. And if we look moving forward over here, the question is, are we going to enter that accumulation period as well? I would say so, which is why I think that, people are saying, oh, we're going to go down to an all-time low. I mean, I think we're going to know what the all-time low is within the next month, or at least by 1 year leading up to the halvening. So that is something that if you're not familiar with, I just wanted to remind you guys again on this channel, because it's always good to bring up. Now, they also say that the Guppy indicator has flipped green, which apparently this is a really good thing, although you do have other people saying that it's, signifying that we're probably going to go sideways. So that is something to keep in mind. Yes, we just had a massive, crazy spike. Are we going to go parabolic? I don't think we are. If we do, I don't think it's healthy, and I think we will have a massive pullback if we do, but that is just something to keep in mind moving forward. And lastly, before we move on to the rest of the video, I want to let you know that they are saying that the RSI, according to analyst Plan B, is showing a value of 50 and rising. This also is comparable to the 2015 bottom. Okay? And full cycle, guys, coming back to Peter Brandt, he says the beginnings of maturity in a trader can be seen in the following traits: ceasing to point out the faults, mistakes in others, focusing on potential areas of self-improvement, and taking total personal responsibility for your own trades and actions. The reason that I'm bringing this up is because, guys, it's crazy out there. I have a YouTube channel. A lot of other crypto people have YouTube channels. A lot of people are on Twitter. As the bull run starts to maybe potentially happen, or as excitement starts to, gain momentum, you're going to see a lot of people pointing out different coins and saying, pick this and go with this and follow me. And I just want you guys to be careful and know that, everyone out there that's telling you to buy this coin or telling you to look into this project, excuse me, you don't know their motives. You don't know why they're telling you to buy what they're telling you to buy. They might just be trying to shill their own bags. So obviously moving forward, please be safe. Please do your own due diligence. And, at the end of the day, if you make a bad trade, it's really your fault. Okay. So I just want you guys to know we're getting to that time where, people are going to start telling you what's the best coins, and, just be careful out there. Right now, talking about how we are going to get that massive adoption though, right? Because at first we know that price is what's going to drive people, right? Initially, price is going to bring people in. Price is going to go up. People are going to get excited. But how do we get to those next group of users that really aren't interested in investments, really aren't interested in price, right? Well, co-founder of Bancor, Galia Bernarzi, says that cryptocurrencies could hit the 1 billion user mark if tokens are created that actually serve as products instead of just investment tools, right? You guys can watch the video from Token 2049 right here. But basically, she noted that the most successful brands in the internet space, such as Facebook, YouTube, Reddit, and others, are attracting billions of users due to their products that they are offering and not their investment opportunities. She says many people do buy stocks, but most people that use the products that we think of as the most successful products of the internet age, like Facebook or YouTube or Reddit or whatever, basically, they are consumers that are using products rather than people that are just speculating like, oh, let me invest and then wait and then cash out, right? So she says that if tokens have commercial everyday uses, then users will not think of crypto. They'll think of a product that they'll actually use as a service. And this will create that access and this will bring them in. They won't think of liquidity networks. They won't think of blockchains. They'll just think of what they're doing or what they're using, right? Great example of this is Steemit, right? You don't realize that you're using a blockchain, right? So the whole idea is to basically make it so that it's not only just as good, but it's better. If we have an app that's just as good, or a dApp that's just as good as an app that's out there now, sure, you might get people to move over because, oh, great, decentralized, taking back my own power, right? But how are you going to get those people that just don't care? They don't care about centralization. They don't care about their user data being stolen. You know, some people out there just like to use Snapchat or Instagram and they don't care if the NSA is listening or who's getting their information or who Facebook is selling it to, right? So this is the time for building, and this is the time that we need to focus on creating those use cases, creating those platforms, making wallets easier to use, making Lightning Network accessible to anybody. You know, nobody wants to figure out how to set up complicated nodes and figure out what blockchain they're using. And, you know, especially with interoperability, you know, just trying to figure out how the heck do I get this coin, you know, over to here, you know, without going through all this madness. Okay, let me go to a centralized exchange. So that's the point she's trying to make. And I do think that moving forward, we really do need to create those use cases rather than just have speculative vehicles for investment. Okay, so I definitely agree with her as well on that note. Now, also one final thing before we go, I want to talk about Crypto Dad. As we know, this is Giancarlo, and he is, you know, his term is almost up soon. So people are a little upset about this, but he did have some things to say recently. To quote him, he says, "We've revisited calls to use our legal powers to suppress the development of crypto assets and the underlying technology that support them. Instead, we have favored close monitoring of market developments while not hindering the introduction of new products like Bitcoin futures, which have proven invaluable in letting market forces determine the appropriate value of Bitcoin." So he also referenced an economic letter by the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco. And in that letter, economists argued that the advent of Bitcoin futures had created more of a balance in speculative demand among optimists and pessimists. Now, I do know that Bitcoin futures are not a fan favorite when it comes to the crypto community, because what it did was essentially allow a vehicle for people to short Bitcoin. Whereas up until that point, you had to pretty much buy Bitcoin, hold it, and then sell it, and then buy it back. Now, you don't have to do that, right? But he says while the commodities regulator, you know, while he himself wasn't responsible for approving the product, he says that, you know, the CFT, they did give the green light to the Chicago Derivatives Exchange to launch their respective contracts, and that has paved the way for upcoming things such as Backed, which is going to be a major catalyst and super, super different. And a lot more people are excited about this because they are actually paying you out with crypto. It's actually physically settled Bitcoin, not, you know, paper Bitcoin, right? So this is something really positive moving forward. And before we go, I just wanted to say Time to Play Bolt Global will be at NASDAQ on April 30th in New York City, Times Square. So will I be there? Maybe. We may just have to stick around and see. So just gonna tease you guys with that one. And this was pretty funny. I don't know. This guy says, guys, can someone print some more Bitcoin? The ATM is out. How is Bitcoin out of coins? How does an ATM run out of Bitcoins? That's crazy to me. So I just thought that was really funny moving forward. And yes, I did not forget about you. We have to give away a Crypto Zombie t-shirt from yesterday. It was a size small. So we will go to the video and we will copy this right here and go over to our random comment generator. or random comment picker, I should say. 415 unique comments. All right, drum roll, please. Now, I did say you had to mention the t-shirt because it was a size small. So, Peter updated chart with a 10A and 10B, with 10B showing a further dip below the current bottom of 2018. Oh, that's interesting. I have to have a look at that. Thank you, Gareth. All right, let's give it another shuffle for the t-shirt. I'm trying to do this live for you guys. So, loving t-shirts and nano ledgers, of course. Thank you for all your efforts in the space, man. Well, Steve Deary, thank you so much for being so supportive of the channel. You guys know that it's because of you that I get up and I do this every single day. So thank you so much. So Steve, you are the winner of the t-shirt. You know what to do. Go to my About Me page, either hit me up in the Telegram or just send me an email and I will get back to you. And of course, guys, any comment on today's video makes you eligible for the Ledger Nano S, which I will be giving away tomorrow. Thank you so much for everyone that's been liking, subscribing, commenting. You guys rock. Yeah, and I appreciate your support for the channel. Obviously, if you guys want to use the referral links below for Brave Browser, if you guys want to check out the Blockchain Brief newsletter that I write for, you guys can check that out. Yeah, but I don't require any of that of you. You know that. I just enjoy you being here and sharing another day in crypto. That's really all that matters to me. So thank you so much. Really appreciate your time. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. Let me have a quick look before we go. One quick look. What are we doing? Ooh, we're right there, man. See, we're struggling. Look, I'm telling you, we're struggling. So yeah, there's going to be a big move within the next day or two. So just be ready for that, guys. Anyway, thank you so much for coming back to the channel. My name is K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Until next time, stay crypto and peace out.